What's up, gamers? I'm your host Cobra, and this is the Freeroll. Today, we've got a beginner's video on Legends of Venari to help you prepare for the upcoming event. So I've got a few things for you today. We are going to start off with a quick demonstration on how to connect your wallet, create an account, and claim your demo pass. This process is going to be really important for any CyberKongz holders that want to participate in the upcoming event. Then I'm going to give a quick review of what we can expect during the CyberKongz partner exclusive event. And finally, we're going to wrap things up with my top 10 tips for Legends of Venari beginners. Let's start off with the demo pass, and really quickly, what is the demo pass? It's exactly what it sounds like. It is a temporary pass for you to jump in and play Legends of Venari for free and get fully started. What's cool about this demo pass is if you like the game, then you can easily purchase or borrow a pass afterwards from an active holder and jump right back in and continue your progress. So this is a great way to test out the game and jump in with no real commitment from yourself. If you're a CyberKongz holder, you're going to want to follow this process in order to claim your demo pass for the upcoming CyberKongz exclusive event. However, there are 7 other projects that have been blessed with the access to demo passes as well. So if you're holding an NFT from any of these collections, then follow this same process and you'll be able to get access to a demo pass as well. Now, the process has a couple of steps, but they're all really simple. You're going to start out by heading over to the sign up page, which I have conveniently linked below for you. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button while you're down there. Then you're going to fill out a couple of fields. You need to give an email, create a username, and connect your wallet. Important that you're connecting the wallet that contains your qualified NFT. So if you're a CyberKongz holder, make sure you're using the wallet connecting your CyberKongz NFT. Then check a couple of boxes as needed and click Create Account. Now, once you've done that, it's going to look like this. You're going to have access to the game, but you still need to activate your pass. So the team provided me this quick demonstration for you, and this is going to be live on Friday when the event kicks off. So if you create your account early, you're not going to see the demo pass until Friday. Come back on Friday morning and activate it. But it's a really simple process. You're going to head right over to the miscellaneous section inside of your inventory, and the pass will be there on Friday if you've done the first process correctly. And then you simply click activate and you are ready to go. So let's talk about the CyberKongz exclusive event really quickly as well, because this is the exciting stuff coming up over the next couple of weeks for Legends of Venari. The partner exclusive events are an opportunity to share the Legends of Venari game with other NFT communities and hopefully attract new players. This time around, we're focusing on CyberKongz, which means that the event exclusive Venari Acula is going to be a Kongs themed Venari, and he is very cool looking. These 2 weeks will be the only opportunity that you'll ever get to catch these Acula Venari. You're going to have a couple of different baits that you need to use, and if you're a CyberKongz holder, then you're going to be airdropped some of this every single day to help you out, which is a nice advantage because they are not cheap baits. If you're not a CyberKongz holder, you're going to need to purchase those baits, and the tier 2 bait is going to run you 2,800 gold. The tier 3 bait is going to run you 30 cores. Now, if you are a CyberKongz holder, you can of course purchase additional baits as well if you want to maximize your odds. Now, during the event, there's going to be an in-game quest that will send you on a series of tasks that you need to complete in order to earn additional rewards like gold, experience, and baits. Then the final reward, if you complete the full quest, is going to be a special encounter. I think it's safe to assume that that special encounter will be an Acula Venari, but we will have to see what surprise they have in store for us there. Then in addition to the quest, there's also going to be a whole bunch of bounties available. Now, these you're going to have to claim within the Legends of Venari Discord, and there's going to be bounties available to different groups depending on what type of holder you are. But all in all, the prizes total over $10,000 in USD value, and the top prizes include winning a CyberKongz NFT. So definitely jump into the Discord to check those out. The bounties are going to release on 5 different days. The overall bounties start on the 14th with the event. Then there's going to be additional bounty days on the 15th, the 16th, the 22nd, and the 23rd. And now it's time for my top 10 beginner tips for Legends of Venari. There's going to be a whole bunch of you jumping in this coming week for the CyberKongz event, so these tips will help you maximize your early gameplay and get started. And number 1 is to maximize your energy. What I mean by this is when you first start, get in there and use some energy right away. It only takes 2 energy to catch your first Venari, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, but when you first start out, you don't have much of an energy bank. That will increase as you level up, and doing so quickly requires that you are efficient with your energy. So what you want to avoid happening is your energy ever reaching its maximum limit. Now, depending on how hard you want to grind, that is going to happen relatively easily, so don't sweat it if it does. But you want to always be generating additional energy, if at all possible, so that you can make more attempts to catch Venari. Tip number 2, skip the feed function for Tier 1 Venari. Now, when you first start out, you're likely going to only be seeing Tier 1s, and that's okay. The Tier 1s will only need the play or fight functions in order to catch them. You'll never need to use the feed function. Using the feed function does consume a bait, so avoid wasting. Tip number 3 is complete all of your quests. Now, each quest will last for a full week, so you've got plenty of time to get it done. However, you don't want to miss the quest by letting it go for longer than a week, because then you're missing out on rewards. Plus, getting to the end of the quest is the only way to get the exclusive Venari. Tip number 4 is to focus on the higher XP and gold Venari when you're making your catches. Now, our friends over at the Carreras Express put together this wonderful graphic, and this shows you where the different tiers are for Venari, and the higher they are in the tier list, the more experience and gold that they provide when you catch them. You want to always be going for the highest XP available, because this is going to help you level up quicker. Moving on to tip number 5, upgrade your Generalist Rig right away. The reason for this is really simple. Having an improved rig is going to increase your chances at catching the Tier 2 and Tier 3 Venari. Rigs are also quite expensive, and during the event, you're going to want to focus your gold spending on the event exclusive baits and not rig upgrades. Tip number 6 is to learn from your mistakes. Now, there are a lot of Venari, which means that there are a lot of potential combinations for catching them during the mini game. And if you're paying attention, you can figure them out relatively quickly without using any third-party tools. There are 3 different color options that will pop up once you've selected an action, and they mean something different. Green means that you selected the correct action and that it was successful. Blue means that you selected the correct action but that it was unsuccessful. And red, of course, means you selected the wrong action. Now, over time, usually only 2 or 3 attempts at each Venari, you're going to develop the perfect combination and start landing those catches more frequently. Of course, note that the Tier 2 and Tier 3 will eventually change after you've caught them so many times. And that brings us to tip number 7, use the VenariDex. Now, the VenariDex is a community-built tool that I have linked below, but it includes a ton of information to help you be more successful catching Venari. This is really, really useful in the early game because the Tier 1 Venari all have fixed actions for their minigame, and this means that you can choose the correct actions every single time that you're trying to collect the tier 1 Venaris. The tier 2s and tier 3s are a little bit more challenging, but the VenariDex has tips for you there as well, so check that link out. Tip 8 is how to see which Venari are available in each section and each world. This is going to be really useful for completing the quests because the quests to date have often sent you to find specific Venari, and you may or may not know where to find them and what baits to use, but this will help you quite a bit. Navigate over to the location tab in the Venari app and then click on any of the sections. You're going to notice in the bottom right here there is a Venari section, and when you click on the plus button, it's going to show you all of the Venari that are available in that section at that given time. Keep in mind that Venari are on rotation, so this isn't going to look the same every time you pull it up, but it will help you identify the right areas to go after when you're searching for particular Venari. Tip 8 is to use the Overview tab to navigate around the world. Once you start leveling up, you're going to notice that there's a whole bunch of different sections and different worlds, and keeping track of which ones have active baits and which ones do not can be a little bit tricky. This will show you which sections have an active bait, what the status of the bait is, and how many Venari it has attracted so far. It's a real time saver and makes it a lot easier to jump around. And my final and perhaps best tip overall is to jump in the Discord and don't be afraid to ask questions. The Legends of Venari community isn't terribly huge at this point, but there's a lot of really helpful individuals in the Discord, and we all want to see you have fun with the new event and starting off your new adventure in Carreras. So don't be shy about asking for help or questions. Naturally, I have included a link to the Discord in my links section below, and that wraps up today's edition of the Freeroll. I hope you found this fun and informative, and if you did, consider giving us a follow on Twitter. That's where I love to engage with the Web3 gaming community and answer all of your questions.